Right now, the world is at a standstill due to the COVID-19, aka coronavirus. And while the real virus is no joke, there are some games out there that have been simulating viruses for a while now, such as Plague Incorporated. Plague Incorporated released in 2012 and has since been downloaded over 85 million times. In the game, you control the virus and try to destroy the human population. Then there is a board game called Pandemic, which has won multiple awards and has released 10 different expansions. Unlike Plague Incorporated, in Pandemic you are trying to save the world from a virus. While these games are more in line with our current global situation, here at Totally Rad Gaming we love retro games, which brings us to the Mutant Virus Crisis in a Computer World for the Nintendo Entertainment System. The Mutant Virus was developed by Rocket Science Games, a company that would only survive 4 short years and was also known for the NES game Bill and Ted's Excellent Video Game Adventure. Since none of their games sold well, Sega would cancel around half the titles that Rocket Science Games were developing for them. One of their last games, Obsidian, would receive decent reviews but would be a commercial failure, forcing them to close their doors in April 1997. The Mutant Virus is a game that centers around protagonist Ron and his fight to eliminate a virus out of a global AI that controls all the technology in the game's present day. The virus in the game is a cellular automaton and follows the rules of Conway's Game of Life, with the exception that the virus cells are green and clean cells are light blue. Conway's Game of Life was originally devised by British mathematician John Horton Conway in 1970. The Game of Life can get very deep in explanation, so I won't dive too deep into it. The game is a Turing complete and can simulate a Turing machine. The Turing machine is a mathematical model of computation that defies an abstract machine, basically an early idea of a computer, and was invented by Alan Turing in 1936. I would recommend watching The Imitation Game to have a better understanding of Alan Turing and his Turing machine. As for the Game of Life, Wikipedia describes it as an infinite, two-dimensional, orthogonal grid of square cells, each of which is in one of 2 possible states, alive or dead. Every cell interacts with its 8 neighboring cells, which are cells that are horizontally, vertically, or diagonally adjacent. At each step in time, the following transitions occur. Any live cell with fewer than 2 live neighbors dies, as if by underpopulation. Any live cell with 2 or 3 live neighbors live on to the next generation. Any live cell with more than 3 live neighbors dies, as if by overpopulation. Any dead cell with exactly 3 live neighbors becomes a live cell, as if by reproduction. In the Mutant Virus, the new cells become either virus cells or clean cells, depending on which type makes up the majority of their neighbors. It's a decent but initially confusing game that has a lot of replay value. Hopefully this might help you understand what is going on and how the game was designed, and I definitely recommend giving it a try. Thanks for joining me on a brief history of the Mutant Virus. As always, be sure to subscribe, like the video, click the notification bell, and follow me on social media. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.